Hey guys, it's Erica. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this plan with me. I am I'm planning out the week of September 2nd through the 8th. This is a very special plan with me because it was a very spontaneous trip that I took to actually New York City for New York Fashion Week to go visit my boyfriend because he was already out there traveling kind of like for work and just like family and stuff. So I went to go meet him out there and I this took me forever to plan because I just wanted it to be so perfect. Um, that is why there hasn't been a plan with me in a while because I was so stuck on this week's spread because I wanted to be so perfect and it ended up turning out okay. I like the way it turned out. There's a couple days I'm like, there's so much that we did that I don't know how to fit it all and it just looked kind of cluttered, but in the end, I really do like the way this turned out. I'm using a kit from GP Sticker Studio. I've had this kit for a while. This was, I think, last year's October mystery, and I purchased it during her Black Friday sale because she always brings back her mystery kits during Black Friday. And that's the only time you can get it, and so I got it because I'm like, I love the way this is, and if I ever end up going to New York Fashion Week, I could use it, and I already knew that that was probably never going to happen. Because I'm like, when am I ever going to go to New York Fashion Week? But it did. And I'm just like so happy and I'm so like grateful that my boyfriend actually he flew me out there and I don't know. It was such a great experience and being with my boyfriend over there, it was just such a nice trip that I think we needed. Um, but yeah, so that's why there hasn't been any plan with me is because this literally took me 3 weeks to plan out and it was stressing me out and now that it's done, I like am ready to go back into planning because the other ones aren't as stressful and I'm not like I don't have to like make it perfect, but yeah. So right now I'm just putting down the full boxes. The sidebar I did a little bit different because I don't know, I just did it a little bit different than I usually do. I like extended my bottom washi into the sidebar. I'm using bougie boxes, of course. I use the gold ones. And then I use a lot of day extenders. I use the one for Friday and Saturday to add in that like ginormous box. And then I also use the one on Monday and Thursday. And I use like the side extenders, but I don't put those on camera. Actually, decided last minute that I wanted to add those because I wanted to add a couple things in there. So I needed to add in the day extenders. Also, I was tracking my running and water this week. I only ran 1 week or 1 day this week. And then I did pretty well on my waters. I'm also tracking my dinners, and then in that half box on in the sidebar, I just put New York with Dean. But yeah, so I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So first thing I marked on Monday was that I slept in this day. I don't think I opened, so I think I was able to sleep in. Oh no, it was Labor Day, so we were closed. So it's a 3-day weekend. And I marked that it was Labor Day as well with a Rose Color Day script. I also decluttered my desk. I cleaned out my desk finally that day. It was so messy. I did a bunch of filming, so I filmed a plan with me, and I also filmed a haul. No, my haul went live that day. And those scripts are from Letters to Apollo. I started the A-List, which is on Netflix, and it's kind of like it only has one season. It's just kind of like witchcraftery. I don't know. It's different. It's not my style of shows, but I really liked it, and I finished it, I think, the following week. I also went to Starbucks this day and I contacted the winner that won my giveaway on Instagram, I believe. And then I had a bunch of homework to do, and I FaceTimed my boyfriend. Moving on to Tuesday, I was in my feelings this day. I just was not feeling it. And so this is actually the day I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go to New York. And so um, while I was thinking that, I worked out, which I was like the best workout ever because I was just so hyped that I'm like, I've decided I'm going to go to New York and like just call in sick and just book a flight. So after I worked out, I FaceTimed Dean to tell him my plan and he was all for it. So I had to go back to work and have a meeting with my boss to let her know, hey, I'm going to take a couple mental days and go to New York for to go visit my boyfriend. And she was okay with it. So after that, I came home. We barbecued at home. We booked our flight. I checked into my flight and I edited a plan with me so it could go live on Wednesday. So while I was gone, I at least had one video go up. Moving on to Wednesday, I had to do a whole bunch of laundry because I had to get ready to pack. I also marked that I shaved. I didn't really do much on Wednesday because it was kind of a travel day, so that's why I marked I shaved. I also washed my hair. And my best friend, which I'm so grateful for, she and her husband drove me to the airport, which was really nice. But I didn't mark it in there, so I'm so sorry. My plan with me went live this day, and I also had to do a bank run because I needed cash just in case my card didn't work or something in New York. I like to plan things out, obviously, so I wanted to make sure I was safe. I also went to Esquire Grill for dinner at the airport, and then I just put my flight information in that box from Crest Press. Moving on to Thursday, I realized I wasn't filming, so that's why the other two are not on there. But I Ubered to the hotel, and I surprised my boyfriend. I like came up behind him, and he just like wasn't expecting me to be there already, I guess. And so it was really cute. And then we also went to go get coffee at Dunkin', which I've only had Dunkin' one other time, and that was last year in New York as well. We have a Dunkin' here, but it's so out of the way. I don't ever go, and so I've only ever been to Dunkin' twice, and both times were in New York. Um, we also just had a great talk in the lobby, just kind of hanging out before we went to the room, and then we just kind of cuddled and watched a little bit of TV. After, he let me take a long nap, which I'm kind of mad about because I wanted to stay up the whole day, but I ended up falling asleep and he didn't wake me up, and I was asleep for like 4 hours because I was so tired. But I don't know. So I took a long nap. After that, we had to get ready, so we did some shopping at Lululemon and J. Crew down in Times Square, I think. Or no, maybe it was Fifth Avenue. I can't remember where we went. But we had Uber and it took forever to get there. After that, we came back and got ready for the Style X fashion show. So we did go to a fashion show, which was very interesting. I actually really enjoyed it. It was really fun. We also had like family time. His family was out there and went to the fashion shows with us. So I just marked that we had family time with the Scribble Prince Coast script and a My Newest Addiction little wine glass, but I ended up having champagne. Everyone else had wine, so I just wanted to mark that we kind of hung out with this family. And then after that, we came back to the hotel and just to watch Food Network and fell asleep. Moving on to Friday, we stayed in bed for a while. We had some cuddles, and then we also just had like a really great talk. And so I wanted to mark that, and I like that whole box is just all cuddles and talking. um, it was also raining this day. We ended up sleeping in. I think we woke up at noon maybe, and then it was a super rainy day, so we had to Uber to a museum. We were going to the Guggenheim Museum, and so we Ubered there, and then I used a little emoji to mark that it was a rainy day. We also drove by Central Park. We didn't go to Central Park because it was raining and we just didn't have time. So I did want to mark that I saw it because the last time I was in New York, I did not get to see it. So I drove by it and saw it. So if that kind of counts as seeing Central Park. I also bought stickers because it was new release day. And then down below, I used a little Wonton in a Million sticker that looks like the Mona Lisa. No, not the Mona Lisa. I forget what that painting is called. I'm not very into art, but we went to a museum, the Guggenheim Museum. That was really interesting. I've never been to a like art museum before, but it was an experience, and I'm glad I went to just kind of experience that. We also had lunch at the cafe, and then after that, to end the day, we drove down to Queens, and I think it's Queens, and we went to a Mets game. And I've officially been to every ballpark in New York. And I live in California, and I've been in California my whole entire life, and I've only been to Oracle Park where the Giants play. So, yeah, now that I've been to every park in New York, I need to do that in my home state, which me and my best friend actually are going to do next year. We made it on our bucket list to do that. But we went to the Mets game, and I think they won. We ended up leaving early because it was rainy too, and it was kind of late. And I think they won in like extra innings, or no, they won in a walk off. So yeah, it was kind of cool. Moving on to Saturday. Saturday was we had another fashion show to go to. and my boyfriend didn't have any clothes, so it was a shopping day. And I did a little bit of shopping too. But first, to begin the day, we had to go to Starbucks because I had a massive headache. We walked around Times Square for a while to just kind of shop around, and there was some sort of parade going on, so I'm glad we didn't get an Uber because we would have like not been able to move at all. So we ended up just walking. So we walked to Fifth Avenue and went to Lululemon and Ted Baker to go get some stuff for the night. Um, and we actually stayed in a hotel. We stayed in, what is it called? The Row in Times Square. So that's where we stayed. Um, so after we did that, we were kind of hungry. We hadn't eaten all day, and so my boyfriend went to go pick us up some sandwiches next to the hotel called Roxy's Sandwiches. It was so good, but I think we were just so hungry. And then after that, we went and got ready, and we had some champagne. I had a lot of champagne. I love champagne, and I don't get hungover with champagne, which is like not heard of because everyone gets hungover with champagne. Um, then we went to the same fashion show, the Style X fashion show. It was a whole bunch of different designers, but it was the same show, so we saw a completely new show. Um, yeah, and one of their family friends, he is a fashion designer, so that's why I went to that one because he was showing his stuff that night. After that, we went to John's Pizza, and we went to the fashion show with some friends that Dean had met on a business trip. So we went to the pizza place with them, and then we came back to the hotel and watched a movie, or watched a couple movies. We watched Bridal Wars and Something Borrowed. I love that movie so much. So we watched that, and then we just fell asleep. And then Sunday, it was time to check out of our hotel and go back to California and go back home. But before we did that, we had to stop at Shake Shack because Shake Shack was right across from our hotel. And I thought I wasn't going to be able to like determine because so many people are always like Shake Shack or In and Out, and they always have a preference. And I thought for me, like I'm really not going to have a preference. A burger is a burger, but I really do. And I really like In and Out a lot more. I do not like Shake Shack hamburgers at all. And I don't even eat hamburgers usually because I don't like eating beef. But I had to get it because it was Shake Shack and I needed to try it. And I've never had it before, but I will never have it again because I really did not like it at all. Um, we also had to, after Shake Shack, we went and got a taxi to the airport. I've never been in a taxi before, but I wanted to mark that we went to JFK in a taxi, and it was just a travel day, and we were traveling for a while. And we got to the airport kind of early, so we're just kind of sitting around. After that, we came home and my dad picked us up, and there was just like drama that was going on. So I marked it with a little munchkin to mark that I was very irritated. And then when I came home, my Care of package was here with my vitamins because I am starting that. And I also cuddled my dog when I got home because I missed him so much. All these like scripts are from Kinsey's creation. I am so happy that I made so many custom orders with her. And then I also went to bed early because it was a travel day and I was just so freaking tired and I could not sleep on the plane at all. But yeah, so that completes this week. I kind of felt like I was all over the place because there's so much that happened and I wanted to get everything out there. But I really tried to slow down, but I felt like I was talking really fast. So yeah, that completes this week. I'm so glad I'm done planning it, so I'm not so stressed anymore. Um, yeah, I like the way it turned out a lot. I love GP Sticker Studios kits. I never use them because I just want to hoard them because they're so beautiful. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and open it up and show you guys what it looks like. So if you want to see close-ups or anything, make sure to check out my Instagram. It is Erica Marie Plans. I should be posting this picture right when this video goes live. I'm hoping it goes live today, which is Wednesday, October 9th, but the power might turn out because I'm affected by like the PG&E turning off the power for the fires and stuff. So here in my area, Northern California, they're going to be turning off our power for like 16 hours. And so far they haven't done it, but they might do it soon. So I want to try and get this video uploaded today. But yeah, so that is what my spread looks like. If you guys have any questions about anything, ask them down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you guys can see more Plan With Me's and any other videos I post. But other than that, I think that is it. I really like the way this turned out a lot. All right, I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye guys.